Good morning, guys. It's Thursday morning, and I'm here in Jeremiah, continuing from where I was yesterday. From verse 9, it says, Then the Lord reached out and touched my mouth and said, Look, I have put my words in your mouth. Today I appoint you to stand up against nations and kingdoms. Some of you must uproot and tear down, destroy and overthrow. Others you must build up and plant. So here he says, I'm going to read it again. Look, I have put my words in your mouth. Today I appoint you to stand up against nations and kingdoms. Some you must uproot and tear down, destroy and overthrow. Others you must build up and plant. Here God was saying to Jeremiah that I'm the one who appoint you. I've appointed you as a prophet to reach the nations. I've put my words in your mouth. In other words, as he had said before, since before he was in the womb, he knew him. Each of us, since before we go into our mother's womb, God has a specific plan for our lives. And the thing about it, he says, he must go to the nations. But the thing is, wherever he goes, there is different things for him to do. Nations, he put him above nations and kingdoms. In other words, his authority, the authority that God had given him, was higher than even the authority that seems to be around. When God gives you a job to do, and God says, this is what I created you for, that supersedes anything anybody else can come and tell you, whether it's a minister in the word or a minister of government or some king or queen. You gotta know your relationship with God gotta be so good that you must be certain of what God is saying to you. As you realize, Jeremiah later on had to go talk to some of the kings and talk to some of the priests and talk to people all over the place. God gave him a message. Your life has a specific purpose. And then when he went the different places that God was taking him, there were different things for him to do. Some of them, he said, that you must uproot and tear down, and some of them you must destroy and overthrow. And then there were others that he was meant to plant and to build up. The mission is going to be different depending on where God places you. Sometimes even at one period of your life and the place he's placed you, that is for you to tear down whatever is happening there, because whatever is happening there might not be in sync with God's will and God's plan and purpose. And then he might move you across to somewhere else, and your work there is to build up and to plant. There's a different thing for you to do here. Many of us got diverse gifts where God has given us the ability to build up in a certain area and plant and to nurture and so on. Like for instance, our children, we're supposed to build them up. We're supposed to nurture them. We're supposed to plant them in the right place where they can bloom and blossom. And then there are other things that are not of God that we're supposed to go and ensure, if wickedness is the order over here, that we pull that down and we tear that down and we overthrow that and establish God's kingdom and God's way of doing things. And so it's going to differ. But it also talks about the importance of staying in tune with God, staying in communication and in connection with God, so that whenever he takes you and puts you over here, you know what is his purpose for you at this time and at this particular place and with this particular person, with this particular relationship. And when he moves you and takes you over here, you know what it is that you're supposed to do on this side of the hemisphere. What is the reason that he took you there, and what exactly he wants your role to be in that area. So I want to encourage us as we go into today to remember to seek God, and he will share with you exactly what is his plan and purpose for you for a particular place and a particular time. We are many times multifaceted and multi-talented, but God is the one who will be able to direct us specifically what it is we need to do and when. Seek his counsel always. He doesn't lead us astray. The Bible said the steps of the righteous are ordered by God. And as long as we're in sync with him and we communicate with him, he's going to be able to tell us exactly what it is that we need to do and when. That's my word of encouragement to you. Remember, he loves you. And I do too. Be blessed. Have a thoughtful Thursday.